All right. Can all of you see the whiteboard? Can I ask if you all can see the whiteboard? You can give a thumbs up. Sahiru? Okay. Take out your writing books, take out your textbook, and give me a second. Okay, put the topic equations. Put the topic equations. Equations. Okay. Now do you remember in grade 10 we learned about equations? What did we learn in equations in grade 10? Monada Piganagata grade 10 wala. Do you all remember? Yes. What did you all learn in grade 10 for equations? Sorry. What did you all learn in grade 10 for equations? Yes, correct. In the chat box, I got simultaneous equations. What else? What else did you all learn? Okay, simultaneous equations. Do you remember learning from grade 10? Give me a thumbs up if you can remember. Because I'm going to give, let's do a small revision. Right. මතකයි නම් අපි මේක තනියෙන් කරන්න දෙනවා ඔයගලන්ට, right? You have to do this alone and we can discuss it during the class, right? Can you all do this question? This is actually from the review exercise on page 57. Page 57, review exercise. First question F, right? Make a karana band. One second. No, don't do that. Let's do E, not F, E. Make karana band khati. Let's see if you remember. I'll set a timer for 4 minutes. 4 minutes, I'll set a time. Okay, quickly start. Quickly start. Metna, once you are done with Metna or Sahiru, once you are done with this, can you please send last week's homework? Api antima half an hour aage karu last week's homework. Mihi Sarani, can you hear me? You can
Yes,
give a
madam.
thumb. Ah, right. Okay. So we started the lesson equations, and I asked the students to do this question because this is from grade 10. Grade 10, we had simultaneous equations. So just to revise a little on that, I asked to do this question. Can you also do this? Put the topic equations and do this. You have 2 minutes more. Have about half a minute more. Okay, Lisaja, got your answer in the chat box. Okay, Tanumi. All right, Lamai, your time is up. Mahita ne time kehti ha because grade 10 wala apne already kar pe this is just like we're trying to revise, right? So let's see. All right. So in simultaneous equations, the most important thing is we need to have common elements, right? Make grade 10 hitipoyadana, we need to have common elements. Give me a second. Okay, Naman, sorry. So in simultaneous equations, we need common element in the two equations, right? Now, if you take x, 2x, 3x. That's not common, right? Common means there has to be like a similar element in both. Then y element gattot 3y, 4y. Again, not the same element, right? Then what we can do is we need to have either the x part or the y part to be similar. Okay, so which one did you do? මොකද ඔයගලන් similar කරේ? X or Y? I shall go with X. If you want, you can do Y as well. Okay. So I'll label this as my equation number 1 and this as my equation number 2. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is equation number 1, I'm going to multiply by what? Equation number 1, by what number should I multiply it? Two x and 3x are common. What can I take? Yes, correct. 6x. If I want to make 2x and 3x common, I have to make it 6x. So how do you make 2x into 6x? You have to multiply by 3. In our first equation, you multiply by 3, right? So 3 times 2x, we get 6x. 3 times 3y, we get 9y. 3 times 12, we get 36. I will label this as my equation number 3. Then this I have to make 6x, right? For that, I have to multiply it by 2. Sorry. So equation number 2, I will multiply by 2. 2 times 3x, 6x. 2 times minus 2 times 4y is 8y. 2 times 1 is 2. This is my equation number 4. Up to this point, is it clear, Lamai? Give me a thumbs up if it's clear. All right, others? Huh. Now look at these two equations. These are our equations. They both have a common element. May I get 6x thena? May I get 6x thena? Then, so now we have the common element part. Eka hari. ඊළඟට අපි බලනවා common element එකේ sign එක. Here 6x has plus. Here also 6x has plus. Number 1, both the equations need to have a common element. Now that is okay. Number 2, we have to check the sign. If both the common elements have the same sign, you subtract. If the common element has different signs, plus minus both, you add the two equations. The method common element plus plus, same sign. So you have to subtract. And when you subtract, you always subtract the smaller one from the bigger one. The smaller you can see, 36 is bigger than 2. So, third equation is the bigger equation. So, 3 minus 4. If you take the left-hand side, third left-hand side, we have 6x plus 9y. Then we subtract. Fourth equation left side, we have 6x minus 8y. When we are subtracting, we always put a bracket. Right? Trust me on that, because minus sign multiply with the sign changes. So we have to be very careful about that. Then if you look at the right hand side, third equation has 36. Fourth equation has 2. Okay, now let's see. 6x plus 9y minus, the plus plus, right? So minus times plus is minus. So we get minus 6x. Minus times minus is plus. So we get 8y. Here 36 minus 2 is 34. Now we have plus 6x and we have minus 6x. So plus 6x minus 6x 0 ne. So we get 9y plus 8y, that is 17y equals 34. Then we divide both sides by 17. Then may 17 cancel vela y equals 34 divided by 17 is 2. So y equals 2. I got some answers in the chat box, so they are correct. Y equals 2. The y we have to find x, right? So we'll use one of the equations. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 equations. Let's use the first equation. Okay. And I will do it here. Substituting in 1. So first equation is 2x plus 3y equals 12. Two x plus 3 multiplied by, now y is 2. So instead of y, I write 2 equals 12. 2x plus 3 times 2 is 6 equals 12. 2x equals 12. May 6 may patrigam here it's plus 6. When I take it to other side, it becomes minus 6. So 2x equals 12 minus 6, which is 6. I divide both sides by 2. 2 to cancel, Luna. X equals 6 divided by 2, which is 3. Again, I got a few answers in the chat box. They're all correct. So this is what we learned in grade 10. Is this clear to you? Give me a thumbs up, please. So, Mihisarani, Sandesh, usually, as I said, others, when we are communicating for these kind of things, you can either, I mean, if it's easy, you can just send a thumbs up. If you want, you can unmute as well. And you can also use the chat box, right? Ko Anita, is this clear? What about the others? Terunanda? Okay, I'll give you 1 minute for recorrections. Make it fast. And then we jump to grade 11 stuff. Okay. Har. Now we will come to this grade 11's simultaneous equations, which is a little bit more advanced. Moga දැන් අපි පුඩ fractions ගැන තමයි කතා කරන්නේ මේක, right? We are going to use some fractions. So it's a little bit advanced, but if you really think about it, the concept is the same. එකම concept එක, we just have to be a little careful because now we are using fractions. And එතකොට fractions use කරද්දී we have to be careful, and also when we are simplifying, we have to be more careful. Okay? So put a subtopic. Solving simultaneous equations with fractional coefficients. Okay. All right, Lamai. That make it, there's not much theory to learn or theory to write, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to discuss some example questions from those example questions, the lesson will be very clear. So, api example questions vidiyata discuss karanawa 4 questions, right? So we discuss together and then I give you time to write. එතකොට මම explain කරද්දි ලියන්න එපා. Don't write while I'm explaining. Just listen to what I'm explaining and then I'll give you time to write. So when you are writing, you can just go through it again in your head and then it will be more clearer to you. එතකොට after those 4 examples, 3 or 4 examples that we're discussing, it will be very clear to you. ඊට පස්සේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට තනියෙන් කරන්න පුළුවන්. Right? So it's going to be easy after that. Okay. For the examples, let's first use the first example they have given on the textbook. But I will just take it from the textbook to our whiteboard. Api textbook ek example එක ගමු, but we'll discuss it in our own way. All right. මුකුත් ලියන්න එපා, just listen. Example 1. Okay. Kamal and Nimal have a certain amount of money. When you add half of the amount Kamal has to 1/3 of the amount Nimal has to get 20 rupees. If 1/4 of what Kamal has is equal to 1/6 of what Nimal has, find the amounts Nimal and Kamal have separately. Now, so these are just, this is a real life scenario. Make a real life scenario, right? So now we have to, first of all, build the simultaneous equations. Pulling up equations, otherwise we can't simplify it. So, what are we going to use as x? When you get a question like this, if they don't tell you what is x and what is y, you have to decide. ඒගොල්ලන් කිව්වේ නැත්තම් මේක x මේක y කියලා ඔයා decide කරන්න ඕනේ. Okay? Decide කරලා ඒක ඔයගොල්ලන් ලියන්නත් ඕනේ answer එක. Because then grade 10 වගේ නෙවෙයි, right? Because now in a very short time we are going to start the past paper revision for O levels. එතකොට O level questions කරන standard එක දැන් අපි හොඳට practice කරලා තියෙන්න ඕනේ. Right? ඒ කියන්නේ හොඳට practice කරලා තියෙන්න ඕනේ, but ඒක practice කරන් යන්න ඕනේ. Because by the time we start the past paper revision, there's not much room for mistakes, right? So we'll try to learn everything properly during the lesson itself so that we do very less mistakes during the past paper revision. Okay. So past paper revision also a very important part is how to write the answer. Just knowing the theory, just figuring out the answer is not enough. theory දැනන් හිටියට වැඩක් theory දැනන් හිටියා කියලා විතරක් වැඩක් නැහැ. answer එක හොයාගත්තා කියලා විතරකුත් වැඩක් නැහැ. ඒ answer එක කොහොමද ඔයාලා ලියන්න කියන එකත් මාර්ම important. මොකද ඔයා answer එක figure out කරාද නැද්ද කියලා examiner දන්නේ නැහනේ. examiner කියන්නේ මේ paper mark කරන teacher දන්නේ නැහනේ. එයා ඔයා මේක හරියට ලිව්වද මේක understand කරාද කියලා බලන්නේ from the answer you wrote. So therefore, knowing the theory is good, yes. Figuring out the answer is also good, yes, but writing that down on your the answer script or your answer sheet is equally important. So you need to know how to write an answer. අපි geometry නම් මම ගොඩක් ඔයගන්ට කිව්වනේ කොහොමද answer එකකට ලියන්නේ කියලා. So one second. So geometry, as I said, geometry වල නම් අපි එක කරගෙන ආවා, right? We have been doing, and even when we were discussing answers, අපි කොහොමද හරියට steps ලියන්නේ ඔක්කොම කතා වුණානේ. So same thing happens here, right? Anyways, when you get a question like this, now we don't know x and y, we will decide. Let's say Kamal තියෙන ගාන, let's take it as x. And what Nimal has, let's take it as y and we'll write it. Amount Kamal has is x. Amount Nimal has, let's take it as y. Okay. එතකොට when you add half of the amount Kamal has to 1/3 of the amount Nimal has, we get 20 rupees. So half the amount Kamal has. Kamal takes name. So half x. When you add plus that to 1/3 of the amount Nimal has. So 1/3 Nimal y, right? 1/3 y equals, we get 20 rupees. So we don't have to put the unit in the equation. We'll just put 20. Okay. If 1/4 of what Kamal has, 1/4 of what Kamal has is equal to 1/6 of what Nimal has. Okay. ඔන්න දැන් මම read කරපු දෙකෙන් මේ දෙක තමයි ලියාගත්තේ. So from what I read, this is what I got so far. මෙයාව නම් අවුලක් නෑ, but මෙයාගේ දැන් x in එක side එක, y is on another side. So let's rearrange it. 1/4x. This 1/6y, I'll move it to the other side. So I get minus 1/6y. So on this side, there's nothing, so I'll put 0. So I will label this as my equation number 1 and this as my equation number 2. Up to that point, did all of you understand? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, others? Lisaja, Mihisarani, Sandesh, did you all understand? Mihisarani and Sandesh? If it's clear, you can give a thumbs up. If you have questions, you can either unmute and let me know or put in the chat box. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Okay, all right. Okay, then the next point. Samane fractions තියෙනකොට මේක දැක්ක ගම ඔය එකක්ම හැදෙනවනේ, right? Because simultaneous equations, for some of you it's quite easy, for some of you it could be a little difficult, but with fractions it's going to be a little confusing. මම මොකද්ද කරන්න හදන්නේ? I'm going to remove the fraction and make it look nice. Okay? So මම මුලින්ම මෙන්න මෙයාව ගන්න. I'm going to take my equation number 1 first. Equation 1. හොඳට අහගන්න, step by step, listen very carefully. So what I have is 1/2x plus 1/3y equals 20. Mega Karana, the first step we need is, in the two fractions, we look at the denominator. මෙයාගේ denominator එකේ තියෙන අපිට 2. මෙයාගේ denominator එකේ අපිට 3 තියෙනවා. What is the least common multiple of 2 and 3? What is the least common multiple of 2 and 3? Come on, Lamai, quickly tell. These are basics. Okay, Sandesh. Okay, Sahiru. Others, what do y'all think? Then grade 10 item karna least common multiple. Yeah, metna, yes. Others, I hope you're familiar. Matakati kiyala. I mean, this is from grade 9 or 8, right? So 2 3 least common multiple is 6. Okay. So mammokada karanne, I'm going to multiply the equation 1 from the least common multiple of the denominators. Denominators called the 2 and 3. The least common multiple is 6. So I'm going to multiply equation number 1 from 6. Okay, look at how we are going to do. The mulimati enne. So I multiply that by x6. 6 times 1/2x plus Then we have this. That also I'm going to multiply by 6. So 6 times 1 over 3y equals, and we have 20. Yavat mum 6 wali multiply karna. 6 times 20. Now look at this. Bana mitra kapen on either 2 times 1 2, 2 times 3 6. Here 3 times 1 3, 3 times 2 6. Now we have 3 multiplied by 1x is 3x. 2 multiplied by 1y is 2y equals 6 multiplied by 20 is 120. Now, equation number 1, where we had fractions, fractions are. Now we don't have any fractions, right? So this looks much better, right? Mara mechanic. This is something we're familiar with. When there's fractions only, it becomes a little confusing. I'm going to label this as my equation number 3. Up to that point, is it clear, everybody? Give me a thumbs up. Others? Mihisarani, Sahiru? Okay. Okay. Let's do the same to equation 2. Huh? Excuse me. Equation 2 है क्या आपने make करने? Right? So we have 1 over 4x minus 1 over 6y equals 0. 1 over 4x minus 1 over 6y equals 0. Alright. What's the first step? We look at the denominators of the fractions. One of the fractions or the denominators, here we have 4, here we have 6. Second step, we get the least common multiple of the denominators. So 4 is 6 ke, one are the least common multiple. Okay, Sandesh. Others, what do you think? Okay, Metna. Okay, Sahiru. Lisa Ja, Mihisarni, what do you think? Well, yes. So, Henang, equation number 2, I'm going to multiply by the least common multiple of the denominators, 12. Balamo. So, 12 multiplied by, what do we have first? 1 over 4x. Minus 12 multiplied by, we have 1 over 6y equals 12 multiplied by, method is 0. So, let's do the simplification. 4 times 1, 4 times 3 is 12. 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12. So we have 3 times 1x is 3x minus 2 times 1y is 2y equals 12 times 0 is not 12, it's 0. So maybe somehow like from the previous years, something that I have been noticing is or a number of 0 multiply it's 0, right? You know this, but sometimes you actually like do this mistake. Ogan someone look number 0 multiply you get anxious. Wait, like 96 multiplied by 0, is it just 0 or is it 96? Put a panic penna. Don't do that. Any number when you multiply it by 0, it's 0. Right? Eka simple but from like I don't know 6-7 years of the previous experiences I have with y'all with O-level students, I see that mistake so much. So many times we all do that mistake. Okay, so we have two equations. Equation number 3 and equation number 4, they look so much better than what we initially had. එහෙනම් අපි මේ දෙනවා තමයි consider කරන්නේ. What I have highlighted. Then normal විදිහට අපිට කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. So these are our simultaneous equations. Do they have any common elements, lamai? Common elements කියන්නේ similar elements. Do they have any? Equation number 3 and 4. Okay, Sahiru. Sahiru, I think I should rename you as Sahiru. මට දැන් පැටලෙනවා වගේ නම තියෙන යෙතුම් කියලා. Shall I rename you? Oh. Okay, yes, you're correct. Others, what do y'all think? Any other common elements? Okay, what is it, Sandesh? Juanita. Okay. So, බලන්න දෙකම common නේද? X ගත්තොත් we have 3x, 3x. Y ගත්තොත් we have 2y, 2y. Both are common. Is that clear, Mamai? Is that clear? Okay. අපි දැන් අපි 2y ගමුනේ. So if you want, you can consider x as well because they are both common. You can use whatever you want. I will use y. Right. බලන්න මෙයාගේ 2y ඉන්නවා මෙයාගේ 2y ඉන්නවා. So we have a common element. Right. Then next what I'm going to look at is the sign of the common element. මෙයාගේ common element එකේ තියෙන plus. මෙයාගේ common element එකේ තියෙන minus. So we have different signs in the common element. ඒ කියන්නේ equation number 3 and equation number 4, do we add or subtract? The common element 2y in the two equations have different signs. මෙයාගේ plus 2y, මෙයාගේ minus 2y. එතකොට equation number 3 and equation number 4, do we add or subtract? That is the question. Okay, Sahiru, correct? Okay, Metna, correct? Others? Lisaja, Mihisarani, Sandesh, what do you think? Should we add the two equations or subtract? We add. Okay. Common element එක තියෙනවා නම්, I told you second step is we look at the sign. No? If the common element has different signs, that means the two equations you add. If the common element has the same sign, example අපි දෙර 3x ගත්තොත් මෙයාගේ plus 3x මෙයාගේ plus 3x. ඔයා x ව consider කරනවා නම් 3x 3x, so common element එක හරි. Sign එක දෙන්නගේ මේ එකම sign එකනේ same sign plus. If that is the case, you have to subtract. Right? But we are considering y, 2y, 2y. And they have different signs. So we add the two equations. Add. So we add 3 plus 4. The ithutiki normal with it. So I will fast track this. Huh? So third left side we have 3x plus 2y. 3x plus 2y plus 4 left side 3x minus 2y. When we are adding the two equations, my brackets දාන්න same thing. But subtract put brackets. Make sure you put brackets always. Equals right side equation number 3 අපිට 120. Equation number 4 we have 0. So 120 plus 0. 3x plus 3x is 6x. Plus 2y minus 2y cancel equals 120. excuse me. Divide both sides by 6. Cancel whenever x equals 120 divided by 6 is 20. Is this clear to all of you? All right. Now that is not enough. We have to find y, right? So, mummy me side again karanada. Otherwise, this is getting dragged down and down. So I'll just do it on the side. When you're copying down the note, I'll have to lay again, no problem. Hurry. To which equation do I substitute? Shall we substitute to equation number 3? Yata yak lazy again, yata substitute karam. So, substituting to equation 3. All right. Equation 3 ek apne 3x plus 2y. So 3x plus 2y equals 120. Now I already found x, that is 20. So 3 times x is 20 plus 2y equals 120. 3 times 2 is 6. So 60 plus 2y equals 120. 2y equals 120. This 60 I bring to other side. It becomes minus 60. So 2y equals 120 minus 60 is 60. Divide both sides by 2. We get y equals 30. Up to that point, is it clear, everybody? Others? Sahiru, Lisaja, Mihisarani, Sandesh, okay. Okay, all right. Now, I have a question. Is this the end of the answer? Or is there anything else that we need to write? It could be yes or it could be no. මෙතනින් ඉවරද නැත්නම් තව තියනවද? What do you think? තව ලියන්න තියනවද මොන හරි මේ answer එකේ? නැත්නම් අපි මෙතනින් නවත්තනවද? What is yes, Sandesh? Is there more or we stop here? Okay, Sandesh says there's more to write. Like what? Metna also says there's more. We found x and y. Is there anything more? Others, what do you think? And Metna, Sandesh, what do you think? What else do you think we need to write here? And Anittai මට කියන්න උගලන් හිතන්නේ do we stop here or there's more? Okay, Metna. මට ඔන්න කාන්සර් ආවා. Okay. Metna, Sandesh, I got your answers. මොකද අනිත් අය කියන්නේ? Sahiru, Mihisarani, Lisaja. Do you think there's more or do we stop here? If there's more, what else do we write? Haga කියන්න ළමයි. The clock is ticking. There is more. Right. මොනවාද more තව තියන්නේ? අපි හොයාගත්තේ මොනවාද ළමයි? We found x, right? X is 20. Okay, no problem. Y is 30. Okay, no problem again. හැබැයි question එකේ අහන්නේ x and y ද? Question එකේ x y කියලා දෙන්නේ කියලාවත් නැහැ. If you read the question, Kamal animal blah 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 blah. කොහෙවත් තියන x y කියලා mention කළා. No. They don't care about x y. They want, what they're asking in the question is find the amounts Nimal and Kamal have. අපි අන්තිමට එක sentences දෙකක් ලියන්න ඕනේ. We have to write 2 statements. XY නිකන් හොයලා එතනින් තියලා හරියන්නේ නැහැ. And unit එක rupees ඒක අපි හරියට දාන්න ඕනේ, right? මොකද අන්තිම statements දෙකට you are getting 1 mark in most of the marking schemes. And you'll think එක mark එක මොකක්ද කියලා සමහරට හිතයි. Don't underestimate even 1 mark. එක mark එකක් වුණත් ඔයාගේ B එකෙන් A එකට යන mark එක වෙන්න පුළුවන්. or C එකෙන් B එකට යන mark එක වෙන්න පුළුවන්. So every single mark counts and every single mark matters. අනිත් එක මට කාවුත් එවලා තිබුණ නැහැ මේ term test papers. මම කිව්වනේ වන්නේ කියලා ඔයගලන්ට. If you got the term test papers, please do share on WhatsApp. එතකොට අපි කට්ටිය we can share with other term test papers, because I know some schools got provincial papers, some schools got school papers. එතකොට අපිට papers දෙක mix කරගෙන හැමෝටම try කරන්න පුළුවන්. And if there's any difficult questions, we can discuss during the class. Okay? So please do share. Okay. මොනවාද අපි අන්තිමට ලියන statements දෙක? X equals, අපි X කියලා ගත්තේ amount that Kamal has, right? Amount that X කියලා ඉවෙ නැතත් කමක් නෑ. You can just write amount that Kamal has equals X is 20 rupees. So you have to write rupees 20 or 20 rupees, because that is the unit. Amount that Nimal has is 30 rupees. Is that clear to all of you? That's the end of the question. Is it clear? I need everybody to let me know. Mihisarani, what do you think? Mihisarani, let me know. Okay, you can start writing lamai. මම මේකට ඔයාලට දෙන්නම් 5 minutes. I feel like 5 minutes will be a little too much, but anyways, I'll just give 5 minutes this time. ඊළඟට චුට්ටක් අඩු කරන්න. Okay, quickly copy down. Please do copy down the question as well. Even though the question is on the textbook, copy example like within ලියන්න. Copy down the question as well. Make it fast. Did you all finish writing? Anybody who needs more time? If you're done writing, give me a thumbs up, please. Not done. Sahiru, not done. Okay. How long do you need? 2 minutes? Two more? Okay. 2 more minutes then. Okay, Lamai. Time is up. So, okay. Now let's try. I told you we are going to try a few questions. Let's just do 3 wage. Let's see. Uh, let's move on to a different one. Don't worry about what's on the textbook. Huh? We'll do it in our own way, which is of course the right way. Don't worry about that. This is example 2. Example 1, Harini. So this is example 2. Excuse me. Okay. Again, we have two simultaneous equations. They have been labeled as 1 and 2. Now, as soon as we see fractional coefficients, coefficient කියලා කියන්නේ algebraic term එකත් එක්ක ඉන්න number එක. Algebraic term එක A නේ, ඒත් එක්ක ඉන්න එක්කෙනා 1/6. So that is the coefficient. And here the coefficient is a fraction. That's why we call it a fractional coefficient. Hari. What's the first step? We are going to consider the denominators, find the LCM, and we are going to multiply the equation by the LCM. Okay. So, අපි මුලින් equation number 1 එක බැලුවොත්, what do we have here? 6 and 5. What is the LCM of 6 and 5? Okay, Sahiru. Okay, Sandesh. Okay, Mitna. Others, what do you think? Okay, Lisaja. Me, Sarani? Okay, yes. It is 30. Good, huh? It's 30. So, henang equation number 1, I multiply by 30. Let's quickly make up fast karma. Since the first one we took a lot of time to do, this one we'll do it a little faster. So 30 multiplied by, we have 1 over 6a, minus 30 multiplied by, we have 1 over 5b, equals 30 multiplied by, we have minus 2. Okay, cut and chop. 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 5 is 30. 5 times 1 is 6, 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 1a is 5a, minus 6 times 1b is 6b, equals 30 multiplied by minus 2 is minus 60. So, make a mama label krana magi equation number 3 kiyana. Alright. Then let's look at the second equation. Denominators are 3 and 4. What is LCM? 3 and 4 ke mukada LCM එක? Yes. Yes, me Sarani, Sahiru, Metna, Sandesh. Okay. It is 12, right? It's 12. So I'll multiply 12 multiplied by, we have 1 over 3a plus 12 multiplied by 1 over 4b equals 12 multiplied by 9. Simplify karamu. 3 times 1, 3, 3 times 4, 12. 4 times 1, 4, 4 times 3, 12. So 4 times 1a is 4a plus 3 times 1b is 3b equals 12 times 9 is 108. Okay. Up to this point, is it clear? Up to this point, is it clear, everybody? Okay. Oh, no, I have my equation number 4 as well. So now we have to simplify this. In equation number 3 and 4, are there any common elements, Lamai? Equation number 3 and 4, as you can see now, are there any common elements? A gato the meagi 5a, meagi 4a. So that's not common. B got, yeah, no. B gato meagi 6b, meagi 3b. So again, no. What we can do is අපිට ඒව equal කරන්න පුළුවන්. කොහොමද අපි ඒව equal කරන්නේ? Third equation I multiply by 4. එතකොට මෙයා එනවා 20a කියලා. Fourth equation I multiply by 5. එතකොට මෙයාත් 20a කියලා එනවා. Or we can make b equal. b equal කරාදී third equation එක මම මෙහෙමම තියනවා. But fourth equation විතරක් I multiply by 2, then I get 6b. I think making b equal is easier, right? Steps gana adu. Make a fourth equation I multiply by 2. Then I get 2 times 4a is 8a. 2 times 3b is 6b. 2 times 108 is 260. And I shall label this as my fifth equation. එහෙනම් මම දැන් consider කරන්නේ මොකක්ද? My third equation 5a minus 6b equals minus 60, and my fifth equation, which is 8a plus 6b, equals 260. බලන්න දැන් අපිට තියෙනවානේ common element එකක් නේ. See? 1 second. 6b, මෙයාත් 6b. So we have a common element. Good. Next thing that we have to check is Does the common element in the two equations have the same sign or different sign? Different signs. Mea plus, mea minus. Then we add the two equations. Okay, so equation number 3 plus equation number 5. Left side එක බලනවා. Here 5a minus 6b plus මෙයා ගින්නවා 8a plus 6b. මෙතන ඉන්නවා minus 60 plus මෙතන 216. Okay, let's quickly simplify. Minus 6b plus 6b gets cancelled off. 5a plus 8a is 13a. Minus 60 plus 216. What do we get? When we have different signs, look we can age podi kenam subtractor, look we can age sign එක දානවා නේ. 6 minus 0 is 6. 21 minus 6 is 15. So we get 156. Is that clear to all of you? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, I hope it's clear for others as well. Let's divide both sides by 13. May 13 cancel, Luna. We get A equals 13 times 1 is 13, 14, 15, 2 remaining, 13 times 2. So A equals 12. Is that clear to all of you? Mahal Prashatiyanang, you can ask if you have any question. Now our next step is finding B. Right? How do we find B? We have to substitute. What is the best equation to use for substitution? What's the best equation to use for substitution? 3, 4, how use කරන්න හරි. I can මේ පැත්ත කරන්න. 3, 4. Shall we use 4? If you want, you can use 5 also. මොනා හරි. ඔයා කැමති equation එකක් use කරන්න for substitution. It doesn't really matter. I'll use equation number 4. Four a plus 3b equals 108. 4a plus 3b equals 108. A අපි හොයාගත්තා now a is 12. So 4 times 12 plus 3b equals 108. So 3b equals 108. May 4 times 12 is 48, right? 48, when you take it to other side, it becomes minus 48. So we get 3b equals 108 minus 48 is 60. So we divide both sides by 3. We get b equals 20. Is that clear to all of you? The making we don't have to write any statements because the question is just solved. Right? So we don't have to write statements. We have already found A and B. That is more than enough. Okay, Sahiru, it's clear. Others? Mitna, Lisaja, Mihisarani, Sandesh, what do you think? Okay, Mihisarani? Okay. Shall we copy it down? I'll give you 4 minutes. 5 minutes then. Copy down. Make it fast. Make it faster. Done writing? Others? Okay. අපි තව එකක් කරන්න නැතුව shall I give you a question to try alone? I think that would be better because now we tried a few questions. Can you go to exercise 13.1? 1 second. First B. Shall we try first B? I'll put the question to the whiteboard as well so that if you want to check it out from the whiteboard, you can do that as well. But on the textbook, it's on page 63. Exercise 13.1. Okay, we're talking about the first question. First question B. Okay. Quickly try. Again, for this, I will give you 5 to 6 minutes. I'll set the timer for 6 minutes. If that is not enough by any chance, I'll give you more time. හැබැයි time එකට වැඩ කරන්න අපි practice වෙන්න ඕනේ. We have to increase our speed. So try to stick to 6 minutes. Quickly do. Make it fast. If you have any questions, you can put in the chat box. I will be looking at the chat box. So if you have any questions, just let me know. But I will keep my mic mute. Okay, quickly do fast. Did y'all finish? Was this time enough? I got one answer in the chat box. Okay. Others? If y'all need more time, but kiyanne ka? So the main thing is when we are in this virtual class, like an online class, like physical class වගේ නෙවෙයි. Physical class එක නම් ඔයගලන් ලියලා ඉවර කරත් මට පේනවා. ඔයගලන්ට ඔයගලන් තව time ඕන නම් මට පේනවනේ ඒක. ඊට පස්සේ ආයෙ ඔයගලන්ට ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා නම් මට මූණෙන් එක පේනවා. So if you didn't understand something or if something wasn't clear, again I can see that because we are in a physical. In that case, we would be in a physical class. එතකොට physical classes කරද්දී ඇත්තට මේ පැත්තෙන් එක හොඳයි ඒක advantage එකක්. But of course, like your travel and all that, and it's not very accessible sometimes. හැබැයි අපි ඒ challenges online class එක overcome කරන්න ඕනේ. නැත්නම් it's not successful නේ. ඒකයි මම හැමලේම ඔයගලන් අහන්නේ තේරුණාද ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා අහන්න කියලා හැමලේම කියන්නේ. එකක් ඉස්සර මම ඔයගලන්ට කියන්නත් ඇති. Back in the days, I actually මෙතනට සමහරට මතක ඇති last year also we did that. මෙතන you were there no? අපි camera on කරන්න කියලා මම ඔයගලන්ට කියපු කාලේ. So yeah, I think you must remember then. At the very earlier stages, I made it compulsory to keep the camera on. Compulsory කරලා තිබ්බා because otherwise, I mean, I would not know anything. ඔයගලන් මේකට log වෙලා වෙන වැඩ කරනවාද කියලාත් මම දන්නේ නැහැනේ. So again, I made it compulsory. It was it didn't really work. So මෙත්න හිටපු කාලේ මම හිතන්නේ මම first 30 minutes compulsory කරපු කාලේද කොහෙද. But out of all of you, I've only I mean I've seen Metna because you have been in from grade 10 and Sahiru I know also. But ගොඩක් ළමයි online class එකේ මම දැකලා නැහැ. Right? So anyhow මුළු class එකේම camera on කරන rule එක මම දාලා තිබිලා I sense that it's not working because on කරන්නේ නැහැ කට්ටිය. That's one. The other thing is you know connection issues, bandwidth issues, all of that තියෙනවානේ. ඒකින්ද මම හිතුවා at least මොකක් හරි පොඩි connection එකක් හැදෙන්න let's keep the first 30 minutes of the class camera on කියලා. ඒකත් අපි ටිකක් කාලෙ implement කරා මං හිතන්නේ. ඒ කාලේ තමයි මෙත්නා was there I remember. ඒකත් ටිකක් කාල කරන් ගියා but again සමහර ළමයි ඒත් camera on කරේ නැහැ. And සමහර අය මට personally කතා කරලා කිව්වා that there are connection issues and all that so they can't really turn it on. And සමහර කට්ටිය phone එකෙන් log වෙනවානේ. Phone එකෙන් log වුණාම camera කියන්නේ දැන් board එකේ තියෙනවා ලියද්දි they take the phone close. So camera එකත් close වෙනවා නේද ඒ වගේ issues හින්දා. So at some point I came to this understanding ඔගලන් uncomfortable වෙන විදියට class එක කරන්න බැහැනේ because camera එක on කරන් ඉද්දි if you're always ඇත්තටම කවදාවත් මම notice කරේ when you have the camera on you're always looking at yourself and seeing මම හොඳට පේනවද මම ලස්සනට පේනවද එහෙම so ඒ හැමදේම හින්දා for your comfort for the convenience for connection issues ඒ ඔක්කොම තමයි මම දැන් camera on කරන එක compulsory කරලා නැහැ I don't really worry about it much but ඒකට to make up for that ඒකෙන් එන disconnection එක අපි හදා ආයෙ කියන්නේ ඒක කොහොමද repair කරගන්නේ by constantly interacting with each other ඇත්තරම if I don't have that connection with you මට හරි අමාරුයි class එක කරන්න මොකද නැත්තම් මම නිකන් board එකකට උගන්වනවා වගේනේ so that is not good for you student විදියට ඔයගලටත් ඒක අමාරුයි ඔයගලන් හිතන්නේ නැති වුණාට ඒක teacher විදියට මටත් අමාරුයි මොකද මට ඔයගලන්ගෙන් response එක ආවේ නැත්තම් if I feel like the class is like inactive මට එතකොට අර එන්න නැහැ මේක මොකද what do you call it I don't naturally get the whatever you understand what I mean right so අර ඒක මට naturally එන්නේ ඔයගලන් interact කරාම so that's very important for the success of the class for both you and me okay ඒකයි මම හැමලේම අහන්නේ so because there are some newcomers they might be wondering I හැමලේම thumbs up දෙන්න I හැමලේම answers අහන්න එහෙම කියලා or Maybe they might find it strange, but that is the reason. I just want to let you all know. මොකද අපි එහෙම interact කරන එක දැම්මෝ ගන්න සමහරට ගන්න දැන්ටත් එක තේරලා ඇති සමහර තේරෙන්නේ නැතුව ඇති. That is how we are different. And at some point you realize එහෙම කරපු එක කොච්චර වටිනවද කියලා. Because sometimes I call your names. මොකද සමහරවිට මට parents call කරලා කියන ඒවා ළමයිට සමහරවිට නිින්ද යනවා. Class එක මැද especially මේ අපි night classes නේ කරන්නේ. So sometimes you doze off, sometimes you get distracted, sometimes you get sidetracked. නැත්නම් phone එකේම ළඟ තියෙදි messages බලනවා. නමක් කිව්වම ටක් ගාලා ඔයගොල්ලෝ you come back to the class. So that interaction is very important. So ඒකට ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ පැත්තෙන් interaction එක දෙන්න. I'm trying my best. Okay? But for me to keep going, I need your side as well. So answer මම උගලන්ට unmute කරන්න එපා කියලා නෑ. I would really prefer if you unmute and speak. But I know that some of you are not comfortable doing that. මොකද මගේ නංගිලා තියෙනවා I have a younger sister who has been in like උගන්ට චුට්ට වැඩිමල් but ඔය online class COVID a generation එකේනේ. So I know that she also feels uncomfortable switching on cameras, switching on mic and all that. So again, I understand y'all that it might be uncomfortable. It's okay. කැමති නම් unmute කරලා කතා කරන්න. But if not, as I said, you have all these features in Zoom. Chat box එකද, thumbs up, hand, raise hand, all of these are there. ඒවා use කරමු අපි. Okay? ඒකින්ද කම්මැලි නොවේ interact කරන්න. ඒක උගන්ටත් හොඳයි so that you won't feel that bored. Okay, and I also will not feel like I'm teaching to an inactive class. හරි අපි discuss කරමු equation number 1, equation number 2. හරි මේක අපිට තව විදිහකට කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. Did all of you do in this exact method that I taught you? Or did you use a different method? It's okay, I just want to know. Okay, Sandesh, you have unmuted your mic, but I can't hear you. I don't know if you're speaking. Hurry. Anyways, I'll show you two methods for this. But whatever method you use, it's okay. I'll make a divide karagana so that I could show you both the methods. Then අපි මෙච්චර වෙලා ඉගෙන ගත්ත method එක we'll use first. Okay, equation number 1 ගත්තොත් we have the denominator 5 and 2. What's the LCM? What is the least common multiple of 5 and 2? What is the least common multiple of 5 and 2? Okay, 10. So then first equation I multiply by 10. So we get 10 multiplied by 3 over 5x minus 10 multiplied by 1 over 2y equals 10 multiplied by 9. So time to cut and chop. 5 times 1, 5. 5 times 2, 10. 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 5, 10. 2 times 3, 6. So we get 6x. 5 times 1, 5. We get 5y. 10 times 9, we get 90. Now I'm label කරන්න. I will make it as my equation number 3. Then let's look at equation number 2. The denominators I have 4 and 2. What is the least common multiple of 4 and 2? What is the least common multiple of 4 and 2? Check again. Okay. It's not 8, it's 4. So equation number 2, I have to multiply by 4. 2k 4k LCM is 4. So 4 multiplied by 1 over 4x. 4 multiplied by 1 over 2y equals 4 multiplied by 2. 4 cancel whenever here 2 times 1, 2, 2 times 2, 4. Then we get 4 times 1x. We just have 1x. That means just x. Here 2 times 1 is 2, so 2y. 4 times 2 is 8. This is my equation number 4. Okay, looking at equation number 3 and 4, may then consider do we have any common elements? No common elements. X got to here 6x, here x. So not a common element. Y got to here 5y, here 2y, again not a common element. So to make a common element, y equal karanna. Third equation you multiply by 2, we get 10y. Fourth equation you multiply by 5, we get 10y. I think the easiest one would be to make x equal. Because fourth equation if we multiply by 6, we get 6x. Third equation, we don't have to do anything. So we'll do that. Fourth equation, I'm going to multiply by 6. So 6 times x, we get 6x. 6 times 2y, we get 12y. 6 times 8, we get 48. And I will label this as my fifth equation. So I have to consider third equation and fifth equation. On a balanna, then common elements in. Here we have 6x, here we have 6x. The common element has the same sign. Math plus, math plus. So that means same sign we have to subtract. Subtract the method 90, method 48. So third the king, fifth the subtract. 3 minus 5. Third equation, left side, we have 6x minus 5y minus, mark brackets dana kila subtraction wala. Fifth equation, okay, we have 6x minus 12y. Third equation, okay, on the right side, we have 90. Fifth equation, we have 48. 90 minus 48. 6x minus 5y, minus times plus is minus 6x, minus times minus is plus 12y. 90 minus 48 is 42. So, plus 6x minus 6x cancel, we get minus 5y plus 12y is 7y equals 42. Divide both sides by 7. We get y equals 42 divided by 7 is 6. So we get y equals 6. Is that clear to all of you, Lamai? Okay. So we just have to find x, then we'll use one of these equations to substitute. Abhi fourth use karu. Fourth is the shortest one. Mama make a pallehata karo tida madhi venone. No. I think it will be okay. So substituting in fourth. Fourth equation, okay, we have x minus 2y equals 8. So x minus 2y equals 8. Okay. So y we already found as 6. So x minus 2 times y is 6 equals 8. So how did I get the equation again? X minus 2y equals 8. Y we got 6. Okay. So x minus 2 times 6 is 12 equals 8. X kyanne 8. This minus 12, when I bring it to other side, it becomes plus 12. So 8 plus 12, we get, sorry, yeah, 8 plus 12, we get 20. So x equals 20. Is that clear to all of you, Lamai? Give me a thumbs up, please. Fast. Okay, all right. So that's clear to everybody. මං කිව්වේ මේක තව method එකක් හොයන්න පුළුවන් කියලා මම කල්පනා කරේ if I should overcomplicate it by explaining that. මං කියන්නද ඒක? So මෙහෙම බලන්න fraction තමයි. Yes, that is true. But බලන්න මෙයාගේ common element එකක් තියෙනව නේද? මෙයාත් half y, මෙයාත් half y. Did you see that there's a common element and the common element has the same sign? අපි grade 10 වල ඉගෙන ගත්ත විදිහට directly කරලා බලමුද without using LCM? Now here what we did was we got the LCM and we multiplied each equation by the LCM. So here without taking the LCM, shall we try and see? I will label this as method 1. Sorry, now my eyes twitching. I'll keep my camera off for like 2 minutes. Huh? So method 1. And I will label this as method 2. Ogla method 1 use karana, but just letting you know, right? හොඳට අහගන්න මේකත්. Then if you look at these two equations 1 and 2, මෙයාගෙත් half y තියෙනවා. මෙයාගෙත් half y තියෙනවා. So already we have a common element and the common element has the same sign. So fraction කතාව අමතක කරන්නකෝ. Just forget that there are fractions. If there's a common element and if the common element has the same sign, do we add or subtract? If there's a common element and the common element has the same sign, do we add or subtract? Usually. Others? What do you think? We have fraction right? So fraction generally in simultaneous equations when there's a common element and the common element has the same sign, we subtract, right? We subtract. Then මෙයාගේ half y, common element. They both have same sign. So we subtract. And you know when we subtract the smaller one from the larger one. මෙයානේ large එකේ නම් මෙයා smaller. So 1 minus 2. Let's just try and see. So 1 එකේ තියෙනවා left side එකේ 3/5x minus 1/2y. Subtract, open brackets. Second equation के left side के we have 1/4x minus 1/2y. Right side, in equation number 1 we have 9, in equation number 2 we have 2. So 9 minus 2. So 3/5x minus 1/2y. Minus times plus is minus. So we have minus 1/4x. Minus times minus is plus. So we get plus 1/2y equals 9 minus 2 is 7. So minus 1/2y and plus 1/2y cancel. So we have 3 over 5x minus 1 over 4x. Then subtract and unband fractions without finding a common denominator. Usually fractions up add subtract and with already done. So common denominator 20. So me 4 के multiply करा. Me 5 के multiply करा. So 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 5 is 20. 20. 3 times 4 is 12. 12x. Here denominator is still 20. 1 times 5 is so 5x equals 7. So 12x minus 5x is 7x divided by 20 equals 7. So this 20, when I bring it to others, here it's divided. When I bring it to other side, it becomes multiplication. This 7, it's multiplied here. When I bring it to other side, it becomes division. So 7, 7 cancel. Well, we get x equals 20. Is this clear? Did y'all get this? Steps gane loku aduwak naha හැබැයි. I just wanted to show you that there are other options because that's what I'm supposed to do, right? ඕගලන්ට කරන්න පුළුවන් හැම option එකක්ම මම කියා දෙන්න ඕනේ. But you can select whatever the option you want. මේ method 2 එක හැම එකටම use කරන්න බෑ ළමයි. දැන් මෙතන common element එකක් තියෙන හින්දා I straight away use that. But that cannot be used everywhere. Now I have to substitute ne. So from equation number 1 and 2 මම මොකක්ද එකක් use කරන්න ඕනේ. මම use කරන්නම්. I mean both are the same. I'll use equation number 2. Substituting into 2 එකෙන් මොනවද තියෙන්නේ 1 over 4x minus 1 over 2y equals 2. One over 4x minus 1 over 2y equals 2. One over 4. Now x we already found as 20. 1 over 2y equals 2. Okay. So 4 times 1, 4. 4 times 5, 20. 5 minus 1 over 2y. 1 second now. 1 over 4x minus 1 over 2y. අපි හරි එකනේ ගත්තේ equals 2. ඒක හරි. So x we got as 20. So 4 times 5 හරි. Okay, equals 20. There is a small problem. ඒක හරි, but we got x as 20, ne? X is 20. Here also we got x 20. Here we got 5, which we bring to other side. There is a small issue. How did that happen? While I check on this, can you all copy down method number 1? I will check method number 2. It's the same method. Same method. The only difference is that we use a different approach. But here, multiplication wise, there's a little error. Okay, while I check that, can you copy down method 1, please? Quickly copy method 1. Okay. Quickly copy method 1. By the way, I just realized what happened. We started with 2, but I have written 20 here, ne? දැන් මම බැලුවේ කොහොමද ඒක වැරදුනේ? එන්නේ නැත්te කියලා answer එක. Didn't y'all notice that? Did anybody notice about that? මෙහෙම තමයි තිබ්බේ ඉස්සෙල්ලා. So here the question says 2. No, I have written 2 here, but මෙතන I have written 20. My bad. I'm sorry. But එතකොට answer කෙනවනේ නේ? 2 නම් answer කෙනවා. See? මම ඒක ටග් ගාලා simplify කරලාම ඔයගලන්ට ලියන්න time දෙන්නම්. Because I was wondering so much, how could we not get the answer? Because it's the same method, just a different approach. But yeah, silly me, silly mistake. I'm sorry for that. Anyway, so 2, the method 4 times 1, 4, 4 times 5, 20. Then minus half y මෙහෙමම තියලා. So 5 I bring to other side. Here 5 is plus 5. When I bring it to other side, it's minus 5. So minus 1 over 2y equals 2 minus 5 is minus 3. Then මේ 2 එක මම අනිත් පැත්තට ගෙනියනවා. Minus y equals this 2. When I bring it to other side, it becomes multiplication. So minus y equals 3 times 2 is 6, so minus 6. I divide both sides by minus 1. So minus, minus divided by minus is plus, so we get plus y. Minus divided by minus is plus, so we get 6. So y equals 6. Same answer we get. Did you understand method 2, Lama? I'm sorry for that silly mistake that I did. Careless mistake. But other than that, do you all have any questions? You can let me know. If anything is not clear, let me know. If it's clear, give me a thumbs up. Method 1 and 2 both. Okay, Sandesh. Okay, Metna. Okay, Sahiru. Okay, Lisaja. Mihisarani, is it clear? Okay. එහෙනම් දැන් ඔයා method 1 and 2 දෙකම ලියා ගන්න. I think you started writing method 1 නේ. Method 1 ලියන්න පටන් ගත්තානේ. Okay. Keep writing. Keep writing. I won't set a timer. ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ ඉවරනම කියන්න. Make it fast. Lamai, done copy? Do you all need more time? If you all need more time, you can let me know. I think I gave you about 5 minutes. Sahiru, Metna, Lisaja, Sandesh, Mihisarani, have you all finished writing? Finished. Okay. Lisaja, Mihisarani, Sandesh. All right. Mihisarani, okay, great. Great. Um, let's move on. Now, simultaneous equations, that's all. For homework, can you all mark I wish we could try one question in the class, but since our time is limited, another plan so I will give some homework and we can discuss it during the next day. Can you all mark the homework? First, sorry, exercise 3.1. Anyway, 13.1. Exercise 13.1 के first के do what we did was B do D and E and also do the second question. Okay, quickly mark. Okay, let's move on. Write the next subtopics. So now we're done with simultaneous equations. Now we're moving on to quadratic equations. Quadratic expressions can we know, but these are quadratic equations. Let's discuss it as we go. Just put the topic first. Solving quadratic equations. Solving quadratic equations. Okay. Now, when it comes to solving quadratic equations, Damai, in grade 11, we are going to be learning 3 methods. Ekak Tamai factoring. Right. The first method is called factoring. That is what we are going to learn today mainly. Then the second method is by completing the square KLA method. The third method is using something called the quadratic formula. All these 3 methods you have to be very familiar with because in the exam they are going to check if you remember. Harida. So, අපි චුට්ටක් එකේ මෙහෙම දාගමු. Just to write about the 3 methods. By factoring is our first method. මාතකම ලියා ගන්න. Then we can save time. And then put a subtopic, method 1 by factoring. That is the first method we are going to learn. Quickly write. Hi. Make up here. Let's talk about this using examples, right? As usual, let's use examples and let's discuss using that. So first of all, api example 1 kila dagamu. Example 1. We already know quadratic expressions, right? We're quite familiar with that. So let's take one quadratic expression, x squared minus 5x plus 6 is a quadratic expression. When I say quadratic equation, what I mean is, මෙයාව 0 වලට equal කරනවා. So this is a quadratic equation. Quadratic expression එකක්. In an equation, we call it a quadratic equation, right? In such a question, the way they ask the question is, find the roots of the following equation. So roots කියලා කියන්නේ ළමයි, we have to find the value of x. X වල value එක හොයන්න තමයි තියෙන්නේ. Okay, so you get a quadratic equation and they ask you to find the roots. When they ask you to find the roots, remember what they want is for you to find the value of x. Harita. Okay, step number 1. So if we completely forget the equation කියන එක අමතක කරලා මෙන්න මේ quadratic expression එක ගත්තොත්, can you factorize this quadratic expression? You already know how to factorize. Quickly factorize and tell me the answer. Okay, I got one answer. I got another answer. Anita, මොකද කියන්නේ? How do you factorize this quadratic expression? This is not even grade 11, nah? This is grade 10. Make a බැරි නම් දෙන්න තියෙන ගුටි. If you cannot remember, immediately go through this in grade 10 and grade 11. In both the grades, we learned about quadratic expressions, right? Grade 10 වල අපි කරේ මේ වගේ. Grade 11 වල අර මේ ඉස්සරහට numbers එනේම අපි කරා. Right? So you have to be very familiar, ළමයි. මොකද when you learn something in maths, you don't just learn it for that lesson only. Most of the things you learn it in the future lessons. අර එහෙමත් සමහර lessons තමයි they are like isolated lessons. ඒක ඒ lesson එකට විතරක් තියෙනවත් තියෙනවා. But ගොඩක් ඒවා තියෙන්නේ when you learn that, you use that knowledge for future lessons also. So make quadratic expressions, binomial expressions, those are that kind of lessons. When you learn it, you have to use it for future other lessons as well. Make amataka කියන්නේ it's a bit of a problem, right? So that means you have not revised properly. Okay? So මේ වගේ එකක් අපි කොහොමද factorize කරන්නේ? Here we have method 1 multiplied by plus 6 is plus 6. කොහොමද our form වෙන්නේ කියලා බලලා we get x squared minus 2x minus 3x plus 6. Okay, Sahiru. Okay. By the way, can I ask Sahiru, do you go through the whiteboard notes that is posted in the group? I think they are posted in the group. Yes. Make sure you do, because you will be missing like 10 to 15 minutes every day. So, Etika, definitely whiteboard. I don't think you'll need the recording, but if you need the recording, you can ask Miss Divya. But if not, follow the whiteboard note. All right. So, we take x out, we get x minus 2. We get minus 3 out, we get x minus 2. So, when you factorize, you get x minus 2 and x minus 3. මේකම තමයි අපි use කරන්නේ. So, here, even though this is in an equation, මෙයා quadratic formula එකක් නේ, sorry, quadratic expression එකක් නේ. You factorize it. When you factorize it, you get x minus 2, x minus 3 equals 0. Please excuse me for a second. My laptop is about to die. Okay. So we factorize. Now, මෙතන මැද තියෙන්නේ මොකද්ද sign එක? So we have just drawn two brackets. Now what is between the two brackets, Harina? Is it plus or minus or multiplication or division? Plus or minus or multiplication or division? Lama, can you give me 1 minute, please? Please give me 1 minute. එතකම් මට ඔයගොල්ලෝ answer එක දාලා තියන්න. Okay. So yes, when there are two brackets and between the two brackets there's no sign, that means there's multiplication, right? මෙතන මොනවත් නැහැ කියන්නේ තියෙන්නේ multiplication එකක් නේ. So one bracket multiplied by another bracket, answer is 0. හරිද? Usually when two things are multiplied, if the answer is 0, one of the two things have to be a 0, right? Again, for an example, 2 multiplied by 0 will be 0. I can answer 0 because here there is a 0. Or like 0 multiplied by 98 is 0. But 9 multiplied by 8, 72. Okay. And let's say 2 multiplied by 13, 26. When two things are being multiplied, if both the things have a value, answer ka kena ane mukak hari. Habai dennekko multiply karati, if one of them is a 0, or if both are 0, answer will be a 0. Right? එතකොට හොඳට අහගන්න මම කියන දේ, if you got 0 as an answer, That means එක්ක මෙයා 0. මේ bracket එක 0. එහෙම නැත්නම් මේ bracket එක 0. වකට දෙකේ එකක් 0 වෙන්න ඕනේ. Is that clear to you, ළමයි? ඒක තේරුණාද? අනිත් අය Lisaja, Sandesh and Misani, okay? Lisaja, Sandesh, did you all understand that? Sandesh? All right, okay. Now, how I'm going to write that is like this. So, may bracket take x minus 2 ne? So, ekko ya 0, right? X minus 2 equals 0. To be 0 or x minus 3 has to be 0. One of the two has to be 0. That's why I put O. Okay. And then now we have like method equation. Here there's another mini equation. So we have two mini equations. So what do I do? X equals this minus 2. When I bring it to other side, it becomes plus 2. Or x, this minus 3, when I bring it to other side, it becomes plus 3. This is your answer. අපි දන්නේ 2 the 3 the කියලා, but we know x is either 2 or 3. So we have two options here, but that can't be helped. එහෙම තමයි answer කෙන්නේ. So when they ask you to find the roots, this is what you are finding, right? What you are finding is the value of x. Is that clear? Is that clear? Can you copy this down? Just take 2-3 minutes, quickly copy it down, make it fast. Okay, Lamai. Done writing. Shall we try another one? මේ lesson එකේ තමයි අපි previous lessons වල ඉගෙන ගත්ත ගොඩක් ඒවා apply කරන්නේ, right? You will see in the future. Let's move on to the second example. We'll do this example and we'll wrap up for today. Huh? Equation is 2x squared plus 3x minus, make examples, they are from the textbook. Huh? Equals 0. This is also a quadratic expression that we learned in grade 11. 2x squared plus 3x minus that. Can you factorize this? I'll give you 2 minutes. Can you factorize? Okay. Others? Okay, let's see. So the first step is you multiply this 2 and this minus 9. You get 2 times minus 9 is minus 18. And you have to find different ways how you can make minus 18. Like 18 times 1, 9 times 2. Sorry, let's take 1 times 8, 2 times 9, 3 times 6, 4 bar, 5 bar. So these are it, right? When you get minus, that means, so usually when we multiply different signs, we get minus. When we multiply the same sign, we get plus. So here it's minus, so that means different signs. Ekko plus 1 minus 18, nata minus 1 plus 18. Ekko plus 2 minus 9, nata minus 2 plus 9. Ekko plus 3 minus 6, nata minus 3 plus 6. Then we try to find how we can get plus 3x by adding or subtracting, right? Method you can see minus 3 plus 6 kenav simplify karahama, we get plus 3. So that is the combination we are going for. If any of you are not familiar with this, let me know, or let Miss Divya know. She will share the recording with you. So 2x squared, here we have plus 6x minus 3x minus 9. If you take these two, 2 is common, x is common, I take it out, 1x is remaining, here 3. If you take this, minus 3 is common, so I take it out. I get x plus 3. So we get x plus 3, 2x minus 3. This is what you get when you factorize, right? 2x squared plus 3x minus 9. When you factorize, you get x plus 3 multiplied by 2x minus 3. X plus 3, 2x minus 3 equals 0. So we got 0 means echo this is 0, Nathan this is 0. One of these has to be 0. So we'll write it either x plus 3 is 0 or 2x minus 3 is 0. Now we have two mini equations. So we'll solve the mini equations also. X equals this plus 3. Yes, exactly, Sandesh. I think podi difference එකක් වගේ තියෙන්නේ. Otherwise your answer is almost correct, but just a slight mistake that must have happened. Okay. So plus 3, when you take it to other side, it's minus 3. Or here 2x minus 3, when you bring it to other side, it becomes plus 3. Here x equals minus 3, I write as it is. Or දෙපැත්තම 2 වලින් divide කරන්න පුළුවන්. So here 2 cancel වෙලා x equals 3 over 2. This is your answer. එහෙම නැත්නම් ඔයාට මේක you can convert it to a mixed number, right? So you can write x equals minus 3 or x equals 1 over 2. එහෙම ලියන්නත් පුළුවන්. So what has happened in your answer, Sandesh? I mean, your answer is correct. The only thing that is different is the signs have changed. You got 3 and minus 3 over 2, right? So it's actually minus 3 and plus 3 over 2. But good attempt. Others, is this clear? Did you all get this? Anna, I didn't give you time to try it, but did you understand this? Metna Lisaja Mihisarani? Sandesh, is it clear? Mihisarani, right, okay. So, before we wrap up, Lisaja, Mihisarani, Sandesh, since it's your first day today, you know the first class is free, so you can join the class and see if the class is suitable for you. Because you have to join and see, because some teachers are some are that's why the first class is offered free. So what you can do is, if you are continuing the class, you can let so the person who contacted you and who's connecting with you through WhatsApp is Miss Divya. She's from the office. WhatsApp එකේ connect වෙන්නේ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට. සහ ඔයගලන්ට call කරේ Miss Divya. එතකොට ඕගලන් continue කරනවා නම් එයාට කියන්න continue කරනවා කියලා. එතකොට එයා ඉතුරු arrangements ටික කරයි, right? Registering and all that. And also student කෙනෙක් විදිහට register වුණාට පස්සේ you can also request for past recordings of other like past lessons that we have done. Yeah. So if you are continuing, let Miss Divya know. And anything else? I think that's all. That's all I have to say. Homework, Vella, I'm going to add one more homework. Actually, no. අර homework එක විතරක් තියමු. And also මෙත්නා මට මතක් කරන්න මේ last week homework we couldn't discuss today, no? So just remind me to discuss it in the next class. Okay? All right. That's all. Before we wrap up, do you all have any questions? If you all have any questions, ask now. Or if everything is clear, give me a thumbs up. Okay. Okay. Mihisarani? All clear? You can let know in the chat box also. All right, then let's wrap up, Lamai. I hope you have a great week. And let's meet each other on 15th of June. So until we meet again, have a great week and good night. See you next week, Lamai.